So I'm going to read a couple things from you, a little timeline that I set up in preparation for this. May 21st, 2020, I'm going to quote from the Associated Press, who was one of the only outlets who actually did a very good job covering the Cuomo nursing home scandal fairly. They said, more than 4,500 recovering coronavirus patients were sent to New York's already vulnerable nursing homes under a controversial state directive that was ultimately scrapped amid criticisms it was accelerating the nation's deadliest outbreaks, according to account by the Associated Press. Got it? Good. August 20th, 2020, again from the Associated Press. Quote, New York's true nursing home death toll cloaked in secrecy. So you've got the scandal of the nursing homes and you have got the cover-up. It is August 20th, 2020. In October, Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York released a book on his handling of the pandemic and the lessons in leadership that you could supposedly learn from it. In November, it was announced that Governor Cuomo would be receiving an Emmy Award. So just to go back over that again, you have from May to November, that is 6 months. People knew about the scandal. They knew about this nursing home scandal. They knew that people had died for months. And yet he's still being praised as, the model governor, the model of leadership amid coronavirus. Now you jump ahead to February 24th, 2021. The first woman comes out and says that Governor Cuomo sexually harassed her. She claims that he kissed her and that she was not asking for the kiss. February 27th, a second woman comes out and says that Governor Cuomo was questioning her about her sex life and made her very uncomfortable. And finally, on March 1st, a third woman comes out, claims that when she was at a wedding with Governor Cuomo, he touched her back, cupped her face, and kissed her on the cheek, and that these advances were not welcome. Now, lawmakers have agreed in principle in the New York Senate and Assembly to strip Governor Cuomo of emergency pandemic powers. Now there's a lot of talk in the media about will Cuomo resign or won't he? And earlier today, actually, Governor Cuomo said that he will not be resigning. But that chatter is just happening now. Here is my point, and it's illustrated perfectly by a couple of tweets that I'm going to throw on the screen. From Robbie Suave, who is an editor at Reason Magazine. Just to be absolutely clear, the thing Cuomo should resign over is the nursing home deaths, getting hundreds or thousands of people killed and then trying to cover it up is significantly worse than sexual harassment. And one final tweet from Liz. She is also a editor at Reason Magazine. Liz Wolfe. I hope the sexual harassment allegations against Cuomo that have surfaced, while bad, don't distract from the nursing home deaths. The nursing home deaths scandal and terribly corrupt cover-up of his administration attempted. Old people dying preventable deaths due to Cuomo is an egregious offense on its own. So now that I've quoted a lot of people, here is the point that I want to make. Look, what Governor Cuomo allegedly did to these women is awful. Sexual harassment, there is absolutely no place for it, especially in a position as powerful as governor of one of the biggest states in the union. That being said, objectively, it is worse to be responsible for hundreds or thousands of deaths than to be a creep to women, which allegedly Cuomo was. What I do not understand is why people barely batted an eye at the nursing home scandal and the cover-up, but now we are finally hearing, Cuomo's in the limelight and Cuomo may resign and Cuomo this and Cuomo that. Now that this latest scandal has come to the forefront. And again, I don't want to downplay the alleged sexual harassment scandal because there's no place for that. And I think that is, something you should resign over. But why did the first scandal get nothing and the second scandal get all of this?
Well, for the first scandal, for when Cuomo sent all of those people back into nursing homes, he was following the script. He was following the playbook that was given to him by Democrats. He was, experts were saying, "Oh yeah, hospital capacity might be a little too much, so we need to find ways to, alleviate that." And so he was following, and like many other Democratic politicians, which we talked about yesterday on the show, he just basically blindly followed that one subset of experts at the expense of all the other expertise, all the other evidence, all the other information. So he was doing what Democrats want their politicians to do. He was doing exactly what he was supposed to do when it comes to the sexual assault stuff, or not sexual assault, sexual harassment. Still serious, but not anything close to assault, not anything close to rape. But this also falls in line with one of their narratives about Me Too. And basically One of the common themes of the Me Too movement was that, any approach, approximating sexual harassment, due to a postmodern approach, because the woman, you don't know what the woman feels, so you just got to treat them all as if they are as bad as rape. Was essentially one of the narratives that was going on.
So that means that you have to treat this as bad as rape.
Yeah, that's. I mean, a lot of. Yeah. I would hate to characterize everyone in the Me Too movement. There's a lot of good that came out of some of the Me Too stuff, but there was. If you just look at some of the scandals that happened, they were treating examples of sexual harassment, which are not good. They were treating them as if they were rape, and they're continuing to do so. So in both cases, they were following the left-wing model, the left-wing narrative.